oil got dragged up with the equities. So you got this strong move higher, all kicked off as soon as the European morning starts. So here comes the European Open just here. This then took oil back through its overnight open, and then you get this strong rally as it follows higher with the European equities. It's a pretty strong move that we get here. Constant shifting of value as well. We get little consolidation phases, and then a surge higher, consolidation phase, surge higher, pull back, surge higher. All looking good for continuation. We then get the pit open. This is where it could all change. Because this move is in the overnight session, and relative to the pit, this is quite low volume. If you look, average volume looks a bit more like that. So average volume on a 5-minute candle, you're looking around about 1,000, 1,200 lots in the non-pit session, sort of European non-pit. Come the US session, you're looking more like 4,000 to 5,500, 4,000 to 6,000 per 5 minutes. It's much more volume. So this could well turn over this overnight trade, particularly as this seems to be a move that was dragged by the equities rather than oil leading. So what we're looking for now is clues that this is going to stay up. And one trade to play that is a single print continuation. So your single prints come in here, 56, 59. That was where we broke through the overnight high, put in these single prints, low volume. That's where the buyers took control. That's where the buyers showed that they had a willingness to get this market going to the upside. So that's now your line in the sand. It's also a potential entry point to get in. Now what was very good about this is the speed that it gets down there. If you were looking for this and to try and play at least early on a move to the upside, this could well be your ideal place to get in. So we open at 56.80. What I'll do is I'll show you now how we then trade from there. So we're opening up at 56.80. I'll start this just now. And what you'd be looking for here is you're looking to try and buy it down at 56.59. So pit's just opening now, volume starting to pick up. At the minute, a little bit two-way. As you would expect, beginning the pit open, we're opening with a big gap up. People are a little bit unsure what exactly to do here. Yeah, you're a long way from where we closed. Friday closed at 56.22. So we're on a gap up of 60 ticks at the moment. A little bit of a test high. We started off at 80s, remember? So movement through 80s may well just catch out some of the people. Remember, if you're long overnight, what are you thinking now? You've got the gap up. That's looking good. As long as we're staying above the open, a lot of those positions in the overnight session and those who bought it yesterday and are trying to hold on are thinking, yeah, this is all looking okay. Quite happy with this trade here. Or those that bought the top of weekly value area that I mentioned this morning are all looking at this thinking this is going okay. It's only then, once you come back through 80s, where the panic's going to begin. So we trade up to double O, and this is starting to get more and more people in. They're starting to think this is looking pretty good. And you've now got another 20 ticks from the open. We start running into this 100 lot. And still, even from this point, you'd actually be thinking it's pretty unlikely we're going to get those 60s. Very quick start to turn here though. This is now, if you're long in the overnight session where people are going to start to worry, very, very fast move down. This feels like a bit of a squeeze just because of the pace that it comes down at. Straight to that reference point. Hits it and almost instantly starts to get a little bit of a bounce. So key area now, you're looking around the 70s and then 80s, your really key area. Was this just a squeeze or are we going to stall at 80? So it comes back off. It's So I see a bit of support coming in at 56.65. That's what you want to see. The support above the level is helpful. That's showing you that people have seen it trade the level and are now trying to get themselves in. If you've got in down here, your stops inside the single prints. At your first target, you'd be looking up towards 80. Once it breaks 80, that's where you can then start thinking, right, we have got a bigger move on here. We have got to move further up. We can look for this continuation. This is a 5-minute chart. So by the end of the 5 minutes, we're back at 80s. The key bit then on this doji after 5 minutes is where we go from there. But once again, you see support is found down at 64, 65 area. We're not trading down to those single prints. Little test down towards 62, straight away the bid comes back. So it might be a little bit uncomfortable, but remember, this is a passive trade. This is a trade where you've got to accept this. You're waiting for the market to establish this move higher. And really, until it gets above 80, you can't feel hugely safe on this trade, because the nature of the drop, that sudden 40 ticks in a matter of seconds, is not the kind of move that is then likely to trade and trade down, 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 down. And so that's why this as a passive trade is a viable one. It's then just a case of, once again, you're not seeing it come back fully. People are still willing to buy it above there. It's only then once you get back up to 80, that's where your confidence can come on this trade. That's where you can start thinking, right, start trading into the upper side of this doji candle, and that's where the belief in a move to the upside comes from. That's where you can start having a bit more confidence in this trade. I'll just speed this one up for you. So we now get away from 70, we're now starting to push on up. This gets you back up to the open, back up at 80s, straight through 80s. We're now into the next 5-minute candle, straight the way back up to double O's as well. So everyone who thought it was going down below 80, very quick change. Pushes it up, we get up to double O's, and it's all about now that 100 lot that had reloaded. As soon as it gets through there, then the larger move is on. And there you could be looking for that further continuation. This does create a very large initial balance for the pit session, and that's always a little bit of an issue in terms of any further continuation, which is perhaps why we're not seeing oil actually push on any more than it already has done.